you heard about the living ink? It makes drawn beasts come to life. It's used by Inkulinati, a super secret group who battle one another on the pages of medieval books. Some of the Inkulinati are legends, like Dante, who came back from hell and became a little bit grumpy. Or Godfrey, all-powerful but childish. And there is me, the holy healer, but most of all, Inkulinati master, Saint Hildegard. Do you want to be as renowned as me? The master will show you in the academy how to be an Inkulinati and how to party hard. But it's not all drawing beasts. You need the mind of a tactician. Be prepared for a life of adventure. Gold, fame, new friends, and most importantly, quills. They're mightier than the swords, you know. Defeat other masters of ink and become a living legend.
Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to a medieval turn-based strategy game with some literal and real style. Inkulinati? I think I'm going to screw that one up. But what's really cool about this game is a lot of the art and depictions of the combat are based on actual medieval drawings and or art styles of the time. Now, this game will also have a free demo on Steam for the Steam Next event coming up very soon, so make sure you add it to your wish list and check out any game on Steam that you may have seen on the channel for adding to your wish list for the event coming soon. There's all sorts of great games coming, and this is just a demo of the game that will be coming soon to Steam with a playable journey, which is essentially the campaign mode for the game, as well as a duel mode, which is kind of like a skirmish mode, a bestiary, which is kind of like your codex for all the enemy types of archers and different types of spearmen and footmen that you might encounter, and also the academy, which is a tutorial. This game also has a very good in-game tutorial as well, so the academy is kind of for honing your skills if you've never played this type of game before with a lot of difficulties settings for anybody. So if we take a look at New Journey, for example, we can start all the way from normal to master, or easy to master, and then also it tells you exactly what types of difficulties will change for you. Is that Baby Yoda or what, with a mohawk? Something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. Well, I don't think I can go back to the main menu from here, but I did want to try out a skirmish. So we'll kind of go ahead and just jump in. We'll jump onto easy just to see a few of the modes for the game, and then we'll go do some skirmish battles too after we take a look at the story mode, which leads right into a campaign. So we can customize our character a little bit, things like our color and our character type, and I guess we'll go with Miller here, maybe we'll go with blue, and we can also choose different types of beast, which essentially give us different types of weaponry. So there's a lot of things to read and break down in the game, and special abilities that you would expect for this type of a game with movement on a 2D space, but also you can move vertically in addition to horizontally, so up and down castle walls or ladders, which give your character a certain advantage, especially if they're an archer up on a wall versus just being a swordsman down on the ground. Of course, we have ourselves different abilities too that are related to that weapon, so swords and cleave, the ability to reach further or to stun an enemy, and also kind of comedic moves as well. We also have talents for our character, and as we play this game more, we'll unlock more too. A lot of it has to do with ink because they are drawing and having some fun that way. So we can change our character's name too, change our loadout, and also our character, the main character here, has different abilities as well. So not only is it these three characters who are like a spearman, swordsman, and a bowman, but also our artist here too that can do some combat. And very nice drawings and such too, a really depiction of high-definition photos of a wooden desk and a nice little wax seal there. Very cool. Let's go on to the next mode here. We can take a look at the character screen, which we can add things to and modify. Over time throughout the campaign, we'll gain more beasts, and thus we also get more hand actions for that, where we can literally come in and squash characters if we want to, and that's going to be kind of funny. So if an enemy gets near us, we can literally use our thumb or whatnot to squash them from off the screen. Kind of reminds me of how attacks used to work in the old Army Men days, you know, the game from 3DO, where you'd use like a can of bug spray or whatever and use a lighter to melt all the Army Men, or a magnifying glass, that type of thing. All right, we're going to just take a little brief peek at what the campaign has in store for us, but essentially these are story elements here between battles, which develop the story all the way to the final castle. And this is just a final duel, which we'll take a look at today as well. So we have ourselves some gold, which we can use to buy items and improve our statistics. We can also, of course, have quills, which will basically act as our lives. If we lose all of those, then our journey will come to an end. And then prestige, which will give us more abilities in non-combat encounters that we can spend and or use outside of the battle. So, in other words, we have to complete battles in order to earn those. And each of these battles are completely different, too. They tell you a little bit more about the battle itself, which tries to be unique, and also give you unique rewards, too. And things like, for example, increasing your health. So there is a little bit of a diverging path. After we get to a certain point, we can go to the alehouse or the scriptatorium in order to permanently increase our starting living ink. And then more story, a store, and then a final encounter too. So, of course, all of these campaigns will be completely different. And I love the hand-drawn style. This is what this game is going for, is a little bit more on the appeal of animating drawings. And animation of those drawings really looks good. A little bit of a story with a little bit of detail here. You can pause and read through any of this if you'd like. And there's many different answers that we can choose from, which do lead to different, text outcomes. And or you can argue with the character there through some comedic means. So we'll take a look here at one battle, and then we'll jump over to a duel just to see how it works. Let's see. It looks like we're against Sir Snail, Bishop Cat, and bow-wielding rabbits. It's going to be quite cool. All right. Now, each turn is called a chapter in this game, too. We can also change our army, to which we have dogs. I think each time that we play, we could have rabbits. They all have different parameters, too, so we might have things like maybe birds, or as you saw there, snails. Well, I think we're ready here to go into a battle, so let's do just that. And within a second, we have our screen of loading, and now our screen of battle. So pretty cool, actually. It looks like there's moss and such behind us that they've put the screen down on, where we're going to be doing our combat. And we also have the ability to heal and skip our turns. So our character now, Miller, has to draw some characters for us. So we have our sword-wielding dog, our bow-wielding dog, and our spear-wielding dog. So they'll, of course, have their unique advantages and disadvantages. I think we'll go with a swordsman versus a swordsman, as we're against these rabbits here. Mr. Shield versus our Victorian over here as our spearman. Cool. Alright, everybody's in place, so let's go ahead and end our turn. And now it's time for the enemy to advance if they'd like. Moving through some obstacles there and gaining some ink. Go ahead and attack this character. Let's go ahead and move over here and just simply swipe. Now this enters a mode where we then have to also left click, and it'll be kind of a spinning wheel. So we can get a critical strike of 7, a pretty high hit of 6, and a standard hit of 5, depending on how our timing is. We'll see how it goes here. Hey, a 6, not bad. Alright, that turn is over. Victorian coming in and attacking that box there. We're going to go ahead and move past that and attack the enemy. Let's use our spear ability. 4. Not bad. Okay, we can add some more characters to the battle if we want to, but I think at this point we've pretty much already won. The enemy will strike us, but we'll be able to do more damage than they can. Love the art style here. It really certainly reminds me of, if you can recall the days from so long ago with You're the Man Now Dog, there used to be a lot of medieval drawing and generators that you could take a look at, which would almost look more like they were woven onto paper. You could almost see that parchment, for the most part, for certain types of drawings, were more woven than they were, like paper. And of course, that takes me back to the music from that time and that era as well. Old internet lore, old memes. All right, let's finish them off. So any strike here will get them. We'll let it be automatic. There is a timer. So if you don't strike within a certain time, the AI will basically just pick a random roll. And of course, the spearman can attack from range. So we can attack from here as well. All right, we got him. And the battle is won. The great taste of victory should be complemented with great bread. From my own mill flour, of course. Congratulations. You did it somehow. The bunny looks really annoyed. Hilarious. And so ends that chapter there. All right, I think we'll do one more battle and see a duel. I'm actually kind of having fun with this. So this is a great way to actually learn. If you're not too interested in the kind of the tutorial mode, you can always throw it on easy and jump through, as I had on my first time, and then go back and learn some of the subtle nuances of each battle and or different types of challenges the game will throw at you in those actual battlefields. Okay, let's see. What if I lose my health? Yeah, we're never bored. Bad answer. The higher the boredom, the more ink it costs to draw a beast. All right. Yes, good. So let's go ahead and go on to the wild beast encounter. Oh, wow, we're dealing with a mighty dog. Donkeys. Oh, this is interesting. Now, these are potential enemies they may bring out. That has 20 health. That is a heavily armed champion, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and go with our current characters. Oh, and it looks like here's the battlefield, too, by the way. The layout is multi-platformed. And it looks like we'll be starting at the top, so it might benefit us to get an archer this time around. Let's go ahead and put in a dog. Archer. Let's go ahead and go with a... I wonder if we can actually modify the positioning. Perhaps not, but we'll go with these three, and that'll be just fine with their different abilities. Okay, let's go. Into another battle. Oh, good. The archer starts right up front. Exactly where we wanted him. Casimir is the enemy down there. Let's hit him. Oh, a 3. Looks like they have a bard, the donkey down there. Oh, we have multiple archers. Oh, interesting. He can stab up the ladder. Okay, so that space is equivalent to being 2. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. A bow-wielding dog, sword, or spear. Let's try to go with the spear then. And we'll attack from the first floor. And that should be it. Now we can also heal that character from here too. So let's just so we can see on the screen. There you go. The actual hand that comes out. I love it. So as we make different movements, we can also move this character too. We'll just do that just to demonstrate. We'll scoot back a little bit just to show. Yeah, that we can move back into a much better defensive position. So if the enemy wants to get to us, they have to go all across the first floor to the ladder, and then all across the second floor. Pretty cool. Whoa. Now, our friendly up top should be able to strike downwards with the bow and arrow, or in this case... Oh, you can strike right past that character. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and finish him off then. Any strike will do. Very nice. The bard. Kicking that box. And let's see if we can strike from here. We cannot. So that'll be fine. The beast has already moved. Okay, I think we can go ahead and... well, let's use our prayer. Praying will cause the beast to execute a more powerful attack on its next move. It's almost like a charge mode then. Go ahead and move forward. Hopefully this enemy does not move past us. Let's pray as well. And we'll stay right here. Love the art style. Love the music. Love the sounds in the background of the birds chirping. Love the sounds of the animals. This definitely seems like a great game to play on a Steam Deck as well. And I'm curious to know, for those of you who've... wow, that's lovely. Did you see what just happened there? Might want to jump back for a quick second. But for those of you watching this far, if you haven't already, glory to Raptoria down below in the comments section. Go ahead and type her out there with everybody else. And I'm curious to know how many of you have actually gotten or would be interested in buying a Steam Deck. There certainly seems to be a lot of hype around it still and a lot of people enjoying it, but I myself don't necessarily see the need for it just yet, but would love to use it on, for example, a flight or something like that to play a game like this. This would be great for a car trip, a train trip, a plane trip, either short or long distance would be great for multiple games, and this would definitely be one that I'd love to put on a Steam Deck for sure. So this would be the type of game that I normally wouldn't play. There we go. I wanted to see if that would land. Perfect. So this is definitely not the type of game I would normally play or just like getting through the whole campaign in one sitting. This would be a game that I would like to play periodically over time. Even on a flight, it would be cool to play a few rounds of this and go on to something else. But the great taste of victory should be complimented from the bread from our mill. Yes, the flour from our mill. All right. But otherwise, I really like a lot of stuff about this game, and these type and styles of games too. Lots of prestige now and lots of rewards for us, and additional beasts too. Wielding rabbits, wielding fox, and a bishop cat. Interesting, with the ability to heal other characters, perhaps. That would make sense, I suppose. Okay, I guess we can pick one from that, so we'll go with the bishop cat. Let's go to a duel then, real quick. See if we can jump back to the menu. Actually, what would this be? Our character screen, of course. Giving us a breakdown of our army. Go back to the menu then. Now, we can also pick up the journey from any time we want, although we can only do one at a time, and I'm assuming that's just because this is the demo. So, hopefully there's a future where we can have multiple profiles so multiple people can play, and also multiple campaigns can take place. Perhaps it's not just going to be one campaign, but maybe multiple. Let's do a duel now, which we would expect from towards the end of the game, a much larger scale battle, and we'll just go with whatever's in front of us. Master Yoda versus Hildegard. Let's go. Looks like a random battlefield. Let's see what the options are, though. Glade, Town, and Hell. Oh, wow. Let's go for the big O Town. That seems cool. Alright. Let's go on a more normal setting. Oh, we can do human versus human as well, so it is definitely a co-op game, or multiplayer, I suppose. And AI versus human. So we can switch starting positions. We'll just be on the left for this time. And lots of different options here, too. Cook Exploder. Definitely a game that has a lot to learn, and a game that will probably be easy to learn and difficult to master, and lots of fun to play, for sure. Love all these different types of skills. And, of course, the overworld story is interesting, too. Let's go. The battle I'm about to describe took place... Oh, they're actually writing as if it were a book. Oh, and the background actually changes based on our location. Okay, so these doors have to be broken through in order to attack. But our armies are fighting on the right side. Oh, so we'll have to fight the character above us. And also our armies will have to fight on the right side too. Very interesting. Let's see. I wonder if we can actually go up. It looks like we can only move horizontally. Well, let's make an army. The Bean Exploder. That's an interesting type. And we have the ability to detonate. We have to try this out. Oh, and awesome. The Goblin Hand coming out. Fantastic. Can we move upwards? Beast is already moved and cannot select. Okay. Let's put down the Jaw Exploder. Maximum beast number. Okay. Select a bloated beast to make it explode. Oh, nice. Hildegard down to 25 health now. This will be an interesting battle. So our characters are not necessarily able to attack, but they are able to sacrifice. So we can put them into a position where they'll cause death and destruction. Let's try this one. Wow, almost destroying an enemy there. Oh, wow. The enemy can actually attack up a floor without being on a ladder or a stairwell. Amazing. Can we push this downwards? No, we could not. Lots of memes here. All right, let's try this ability. Oh, wow. How rude, Hildegard. And a heal. Are they actually playing out the moves in the book? Smacked an old friend, God witness all of that, whether he liked it or not. Oh, wow. So they're actually... Is there a way that they're actually playing out the moves this way? In the text. That's amazing. That's genius. So who attacked who, but also being told in a story. So this is your event log, but in story format. With the drawings all down here. That's genius. And not to mention an in-game instruction, too, for all sorts of different tips for things like backstabbing, boredom, heresy, which I'm assuming is attacking a priest or something. Please avoid priests, bishops, all clergy in general. Yeah. Okay. Well, and an interesting battle taking place here, too. A piercing hat. Can be used every chapter. Doesn't look like I have the ability to really attack large scale, though. Nor can my character go up a level. That's unfortunate. An ink shower. More of the same move too. Hildegard has different abilities than us in order to be able to attack us without us being able to attack back. Really reminds me of Hearthstone with the ability to attack the player rather than the units on the field. Go ahead and move downwards. Oh, and they can attack across the page, too. It's not two separate battlefields at all. So much learned here. Let's continue to just explode. Unfortunately, we're not going to have much abilities here in order to fight back against Hildegard. We really need something along the lines of... some sort of a ranged attacker. John O'Butt. And of course, she'll be able to finish off our unit in the next move, our leader. Wow, the enemy also attacking some of the explosive barrels and things. This is cool. Random glade object. So those can respawn, causing explosions. We can move left or right. A mass awakening. Although we have no targets in the range. Let's see what this would do. Oh wow, so we can actually wound ourselves by doing that movement as well. So that means that we may have been able to move her character into... Okay, so that's how she was attacking, was by using the simple move attack. So would that make it so that way we could just start attacking her from the very start that way? Although we don't have the ability to heal as she did. She has the greater blessing, perhaps. No, that's not it. Ah, there it is. Yeah, there's her heal ability right here. Interesting. And it does seem like it's attached to... Yeah, it looks like each character type does have their own build. So Godfrey here would have the Mighty Dog. Let's do another battle. That's good to see. Oh, there's different battle types too. Apocalypse. Interesting. Let's try a town now. Now let's fight against Hildegard in a rematch. Chapter 1. Alright, let's do things differently now. Let's go for our Donkey Bard. Oh, I love how he's riding in the mitten. Wake up other beast with epic music. That's the end of our turn. Hildegard, your move. Don't push me in the damn door. Range attack plus damage and accuracy plus 3. Wow, she got herself down in health. You know what's interesting? I think, didn't she start with 31 health at one time? Now we're at 15. Interesting. Well, we can push things around with the Bard. Let's push ahead a little bit. Maybe we can kick this box into the other character there. Hildegard being healed now. Love the differences in the hands to represent the character, too. It feels like we're both kind of like, you know, actually drawing the battle out independently. Strike the selected target for 5 damage. I would rather deploy a unit. And he's sleeping for now. We could do archers too, but let's deploy a spearman. Taking 6 of our ink. Ink is basically like action points, and this is how many we'll gain per turn. So again, like the crystals from Hearthstone. Let's see. We have the ability to knock her against the door and then back, I think. We have the ability to strike and swat. Let's try that. Now, we can't do it with that character, though. Alright, let's skip the turn. Gain some more ink. Good range, good damage from those archers. She really buffed them nicely. Uh-oh. Let's push the Bard forward and kick this into her. Oh, that seems to kick it into ourselves. Okay. Oh, dead ass dough. Sorry. I'm still learning, sir. Alright, let's try our spearman then. And let's go even further. Our attack only goes so far. Let's move forward. There we go. Still the same. Oh. I didn't realize it would create such a massive... Oh, it strikes 3 adjacent targets. That's hilarious. Excellent. Oh, Hildegard. Now I have a room, though, to move some units. I wish I could move these around. Alright, let's get another spearman out. That's awesome. We know we can smash that now. That's really cool. It'll be a cooldown now for a few turns. Boy, she loves those archers. This is such a good map for the archers, too, because there's just stuff blocking our way. And we keep getting frightened by, I guess, sitting next to a sarcophagus. I would like to move and rush a character. What happens if we destroy this? That does no damage to us, okay. Archer on our main character again. Very good. I'm really seeing and learning from some tactics that the AI is deploying here. For example, the sarcophagus is if we're next to that, our units will take damage per turn. We definitely want to stay in the back, and this one was a little bit more tricky for maneuvering. It would definitely come down to more archers to try to, you know, because we can't move into these spaces and they're a little harder to destroy and could possibly respawn like this glade did. It's a good idea to use archers here as much as possible. Wonder if there's more characters like crossbowmen. I'd like to see that from the bestiary. So here's all the characters and more that we can unlock over time, like for example the cook that we saw earlier, and more things that will unlock as we get higher prestige. So maybe some flying characters, maybe some more armored characters, like for example the mighty dog. And then hand actions, that's what they're called. So like for example the crush that we saw that that crushed my own attack. That was hilarious. I am glad that happened. And things to draw cauldrons and then we can kick that over. So definitely some ideas for combos. And then talents too. Like for example morning business, Andy, cheaper than cheap, that kind of thing. Very cool. This is definitely a game I want to play against friends with too. I think it'll have local, you know, as they say, couch co-op or local co-op. Split screen, if you will. But definitely a game that I want to see more of and a game that I certainly enjoyed with the brief time that I had access to it for now. But I'd like to play this some more. Seems like a lot of fun, and a full campaign will be very enjoyable too, as it tries to tell a story with all the different characters in Inkluminati. I hope I said that right. Well, anyway, thanks again for your kindness, positivity, support, and awesomeness. And let me know about the Steam Deck down below. Do you think these types of games would be great on the Steam Deck? Or do you think it would be something like City Skylines or a longer game? What would be better for a system like that that seems to be gaining popularity? Or is it something you just wouldn't use at all and prefer still the old PC or maybe console? Let me know. Anyway, I'll see you all next time, and thanks for watching.